What's up, guys? Brady Briggs here to recap UFC 257 for you. And man, did we have some surprising outcomes last night. I'm going to start off with the early prelims, go to the regular prelims, to the main event like I did last time. Start off with Amir Albazi. This dude is even better than I thought he was. Man, we all knew his grappling was really good, which he was able to show off in round three. But the first two rounds, man, it was all his striking. And man, he's even better than I thought he was. He is a solid talent. At 27 years old, he's going to be a title contender for sure, especially at 125. We got so many good talents at 125. No, I'm so glad the UFC didn't get rid of that division. Next up, Movsar Evloev defeated Nick Lentz via split decision. No, it was really bullshit that this was a split decision, and it was really bullshit that there wasn't one 30-27 scorecard. All of them were 29-28. What do the judges give it to Lentz? It's like, what are you guys watching? Like, seriously, what are you watching? The Lentz did threaten a few guillotines, and he came really close to one of them in round one, but he got his ass beat after that. Like, the last minute, he was eating elbows and punches on the bottom. Like, he lost all three rounds of that fight. And Nick Lentz is a very good fighter. Malzar deserves the utmost respect, but man, we were really hoping that this didn't set a trend of controversy when it comes to decisions. The next fight, some people think it did, when Marcin Pacino defeated Khalil Rountree via unanimous decision. Some people thought Rountree won this fight. Honestly, I think Pacino did a better job. I really do. I think he's made some improvements. And honestly, dude, I don't know what happened to Rountree, man. I don't understand what's happened to him. When he came out in that Eric Anders fight, after he had spent, I don't know, half a year in Thailand, he came out and fought like a straight Thai fighter. And then after that, he's gone 0-2. He didn't really fight like that against Ian Kudelaba, and he didn't fight like that against Pacino. No, Pacino did take away his leg kicks. Rountree wasn't able to land that switch kick to the leg, considering he was a southpaw and Pacino was an orthodox. He kicked the inside of the leg a couple times until Pacino started checking it, and after he really didn't have much else to offer him. He had that cross and a hook. He hurt him really bad, and I think it was in the second round with that hook, but he stayed too patient. I was glad that he stayed patient, but he stayed too patient, and then in round three, he just didn't have anything left. He was contemplating retiring about a year ago after his Eric Anders fight. Since he's contemplated retiring, he's come back and he's gone 0-2. He looked like he didn't want to be there, and honestly, I'd be surprised if we saw him again. It's sad because I was so excited for his future after the Ultimate Fighter, and then especially after the Eric Anders fight. I was so excited for his future. It's sad, man. Some people just, they don't want to hurt people. Juliana Pena, she had a very good performance. So did Sarah McMahon. Juliana had to rally rather, for this win. She was getting wrestled the first round. She got taken down with like 3 single legs in the first round, and then she got wrestled in the second. But she rallied in the third, got on top of Sarah McMahon, palmed it on her a little bit, and then sunk in a rear naked choke, got the finish. It was a beautiful performance, a really beautiful performance. She called out Amanda Nunes afterward, saying that's the fight to make. That's her fight. Pena, I love you, but you just got choked out by a kickboxer that had never submitted anybody before. You need at least one more win. This was a very good performance, though. It was a very good start. We're all surprised you haven't fought for the belt by now. Brad Tavares versus Antonio Carlos Jr. This fight looked almost exactly how I thought it would. I thought maybe Carlos would be able to get a takedown or two, but he wasn't, and Tavares picked him apart from the outside and the inside when he would close the distance. Stuffed all the takedowns. He looked very good last night. Another man looked very good last night, Arman Tsarukyan. No, Tsarukyan was supposed to fight Nasrat Haqparast. Haqparast pulled out with an illness. Matt Favola was supposed to fight Otman Azatar, and Azatar was released from the promotion for sneaking people onto Fight Island despite COVID protocols. So they ended up fighting each other last night, and Tsarukyan mauled him. He almost submitted him. He came close anyway at the end of the second round, or at the end of the third maybe. He looked really good last night as we expected him to. Matt Favola is a gamer, and Tsarukyan was able to – he started to look a little tired in the second round, like the commentator said, and then in the third, he got a second one. He looked great. He has a very bright future. Man, he made his UFC debut against Islam Makhachev. Okay, what does that tell you? And he lost. He lost a unanimous decision. It was a close fight. It was a very close fight. He's a prodigy. Mariana Rodriguez and Amanda Ribas. This was a very shocking outcome. A lot of people were picking Ribas to win this fight. I wasn't surprised that she lost, but I was surprised that she lost the way she lost. okay? She got hit so damn hard, and she just didn't recover. And Herb Dean literally jumps on top of the two of them, but doesn't stop the fight. It's like, why are you touching the girls if you're not stopping the fight? Do not fucking don't get in between them unless you're going to stop it, man. So Mariana gets up and starts walking away. And then Amanda looks at Herb, and he's like, I haven't stopped it. And then she comes over, and Mariana cracks her a couple more times, and then Herb stops it. That was justified, that part of the stop, because Amanda was still clearly out on her feet. She had nothing for it. She was still wobbly. She still didn't throw anything. She was hurt badly. It was a good stoppage. It should have been stopped about 10 seconds sooner, but nonetheless, Mariana Rodriguez is a force, because Amanda Ribas was the breakthrough 2220 fighter of the year, female fighter of the year. Makhmed Muradov, I'm so glad he finally came back. You know, I was surprised when they said he hadn't fought since like October or maybe November of 2019. And I was like, wow, it's been that long since he fought Trevor Smith when he knocked him out in the third round. Holy shit. But he picked up another third round knockout last night against Andrew Sanchez, who was coming off a straight up starching of Wellington Turman. And Wellington, he's a good fighter. Sanchez ran right through him, and then Mahmoud, he looked good the whole fight, but he really started to find his range in that third round. Man, I can't wait to see what's next for him. This kid is so good. He's 25-6. He hasn't lost. This is his 14th win in a row now. He was supposed to fight Kevin Holland last year. I'd kind of like to see that matchup happen. I'd still like to see that fight. Feature fight of the night with Joanne Calderwood and Jessica Eye. I have been putting in a lot of work with Jake Shields, and it kind of showed her head positioning and, her wrist size, of her positioning along the cage. It looked a lot like a Jake Shields fight, except she didn't really secure many takedowns, and she kind of got ate up with Calderwood's Muay Thai. Her knees and her snap kicks looked beautiful. Her switch kicks to the body, her wrong kicks to the body. Joanne Calderwood looked incredible. Last time I fought a professional kickboxer was Valentina Shevchenko. She got knocked out in the second round. This Valentina went 56-2 as a pro kickboxer. Calderwood went 19-2 as a pro kickboxer. She couldn't finish her, but she did pick her apart and won all 3 rounds. She looked very good last night. She might need one more win before she can challenge Valentina, considering what's her name? Jessica Andrade is probably going to get the next shot, but it's going to be a good one. It's going to be good to see what happens, because she was supposed to fight her, man. She was supposed to fight her before she fought Jennifer Maia. She fought Jennifer Maia to stay active, and then she got armbarred in the first round. It sucks. I'd love to see 2 pro kickboxers go at it. I love seeing kickboxers fight each other in MMA. Michael Chandler, man, did he shock me. Holy shit. This dude is so dangerous. I knew he was dangerous, and I knew he was one of the best in the world. I would have put him in like the lower half of the top 10. This dude just ran right through Dan Hooker. Halfway through the third round, he cracks him with a huge left hook and drops him and just swarms him and finishes him. Like, dude, no one's ever done that to Dan Hooker before. The only person that's ever ran through Dan Hooker before was Edson Barboza, and it took him 3 rounds to finish him, and he went 25-3 as a pro kickboxer. He's a Muay Thai black belt. He's a fucking 3rd-degree black belt in Taekwondo, and it took him 3 rounds. Michael Chandler did in the first round. The way he switches stances while he's throwing punches, plus his threat of the takedown, man, he mixes everything so beautifully. He's a lot better than even I thought he was. He really was. I did not... Man, I thought Dan Hooker hit harder than anyone he's ever fought before, and he's going to shoot for a takedown and eat a knee, get starched that way, or Hooker's going to catch him with a hard cross or a hard hook from either hand. That's not at all what happened. It was very shocking. Like, the lightweight division got all shook up last night, and then especially considering the main event, how that went down. Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor. Poirier looked incredible last night. He got an early takedown on McGregor. I'm pretty sure he shot for a double, and then he turned the corner and tripped him with it. I did not expect that at all. The way Conor has very good takedown defense, okay? He got out-wrestled by Chad Mendes, and he got out-wrestled by Khabib Nurmagomedov. Khabib does that to literally everybody, and Conor did better against him than just about anybody, okay? First off. Second off, Chad Mendes is one of the best wrestlers and one of the best athletes to ever compete in the sport. Okay, he has the best double leg ever in the sport. Up there with Georges St. Pierre anyways, okay? Everybody gets out-wrestled by them. Dustin took him down pretty easily. Conor ended up getting up, and he looked good. He didn't look bad, but the calf kick Dustin had, man, that calf kick, he ate his legs up, and you could tell it was really affecting Conor. And then he landed a beautiful combo, knocked him out with a hook, and then, followed it up with a couple punches. It was very hard to watch for me, honestly, because I'm a huge Conor fan. It's hard to want Dustin Poirier to lose. He's such a good dude. He's such a stand-up dude. But, man, the way Conor said he's been trying his damnedest to get his frame perfect for 155 pounds. What I saw last night was a smaller Conor McGregor than we saw when he fought Eddie Alvarez. It was a smaller Conor McGregor than when he fought Habib. Well, he only fought him once. When he fought Habib, he was a smaller version. Honestly, I think this frame, he could probably go back to 145. Honestly, I really do. Like, I don't know if he would be able to beat Max Holloway over the course of 5 rounds. I do think he would beat Volkanovski. He was able to beat Holloway over 3 rounds, and if they were to fight for 3 rounds again, I think he could. But with 5 rounds, I don't know. And he said he wants to put in a stint at 155 like he did 45, but the way he looked, the way his body looked last night, I think he's better at 45. I really do. But if he can get a little bit bigger, just a little bit, like he was for his Khabib fight or for his Alvarez fight, and he could go for a stint at 155, I think it would suit him very well. I think a rematch with Poirier would suit him very well. Look at the rematch with Nate Diaz. He came out with leg kicks in that rematch. I'm sure he would do that in the rematch with Poirier. Poirier has shown that he can take an immense amount of damage with leg kicks with his Justin Gaethje fight. Dude, that first leg kick in the Justin Gaethje fight dropped Poirier 90 seconds in. Poirier lasted until he knocked him out like 30 seconds into round 4. It was remarkable. But, man, Dustin Poirier, he's kind of the best lightweight in the world now that Khabib's retired. What do we want to see? Do we want to see Chandler and Poirier? Do we want to see Oliveira and Chandler? What do we want to see? What's next in the lightweight division?